How you doing, everyone? My name is Anthony. What a beautiful intro that was. Anyway, today I just wanted to speak about relationships. I really do want to help people through the things that I say. And yeah, there's a lot of people that's struggling with certain things and relationships and all of that. So I really wanted to make this video. So the first point that I had on relationships is, there's so many people that view relationships in a wrong way. Obviously, on this earth, manifestation and the way that you view yourself is very important. But people use past experiences as a way to define their current relationships and define the relationships that they are going forward in, or the direction that they want to go in. And I think that really holds you back, because if you keep thinking, or you had a bad experience with someone, does that mean that you don't need to trust anyone ever again? So if you look at it in that way, I think it really does make sense. So many people just say, I'm giving up on relationships and I'm giving up on trying. I really do not see a point in that. Whatever you do in life, you will fail multiple times, so many times, that you might want to give up. But the most successful people did not give up when they failed. That's what life is about. It's about learning new things and going through new things and meeting new people. But I just really don't see how it's beneficial towards a person to use past experiences to determine the relationships that they're going in forward. And that's why they attract the wrong people and the wrong things, because they use their past experiences about relationships to move forward. That's why you're attracting the wrong people. That's why you're attracting the wrong partner. That's why the relationships aren't working. It's because of your mindset. There is power in the way that we think, and there's power in the way that we speak. That goes back to manifestation once again. But I just don't like the fact that people are not willing to try new things. They're just so stuck in their old habits and old ways of I need this person, or I'll never find the right partner because I'm always treated so badly, or I'll never find a person that loves me because I can't be loved. But at the end of the day, all that is in your mind. All that is allowing you to attract the wrong people into your life. There's more to this world than just what we see and we feel. There's way more. There's different dimensions and all of that. But most people don't believe that. They just see in the physical world and they think that's how it is. But we have a body, a spiritual mind, and a spiritual being. Believe it or not, I'm just here to speak. It's not my job to persuade anybody. If you find this video useful and you take my advice, then that's great. And if you don't, then that's okay. That's not my problem. But yeah, I really do think that by changing your mindset about past experiences, it really will allow you to attract new people into your life and try new things, because that's what life is about. Not just in relationships, but life is about learning and becoming a better person every day. That's what life is about. It just makes me smile because life is about learning and becoming a better version of you. You don't wake up every day and just stay the same person. Like, you learn from experiences and you learn from things that you've been through. I just find that so funny because It's true. Like, some people will literally sit there and just think that they the same person they were yesterday. Or some people just think that nothing works out, or that they're not getting anywhere. But it's because they put no work into themselves. They find that learning is a form of basically abusing themselves. That's what people, that's how people look at things. I'm serious. They think that learning new things is just not a way to go. But reading books and learning new things isn't isn't making you worse, it's making you better. You know, because maybe if you could just learn new things and actually try new things, you wouldn't be sitting there all unhappy. Maybe you would actually find a way on how to solve the issue. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I think if you change your mindset about past experiences and relationships, you'll definitely be able to attract new people into your life, and be able to create new relationships. So that's the first point. The second point is, people think that they need to be in relationships. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to be in a relationship. Actually, a relationship is more difficult to feed into when you're not emotionally right. You cannot be in a relationship if you're not fully what is it? If you're not fully you cannot be in a relationship if you do not fully love yourself. And it's true, you cannot love another person if you can't love yourself. I've heard so many people say that, and I used to look at it, I used to think it's so ridiculous. No, it's not. A relationship is hard work. People think that I can be in a relationship, but they have no goals, no ambitions, no purpose, and they think that someone should love them for having absolutely no purpose. And yeah, I'm not saying that you should have money or anything to attract the person you love, but I honestly think it's ridiculous. Because that's why they struggle during relationships. How are you supposed to love someone if you can't even love yourself? You look at yourself in the mirror and you wanna cry. How are you supposed to love your partner? How are you supposed to give them the best if you have no goals or priorities? No wonder the relationship isn't working. Really, it's ridiculous. I just don't see how that's beneficial to anyone. You know, I've told many people, do not get into relationships because you're not fully content within yourself. A relationship is supposed to add value to you and the other person. You're supposed to give the person everything that you can, and they return that to you. Relationships and it's not just a one-way road where everything gets done for you. That's why it doesn't work out, because you are not following your purpose and you're just floating about thinking that this is it, this is the relationship, and that's, once people get into relationships, they realize that they weren't fully content within themselves because they're in a relationship but they still don't feel loved. Why don't you feel loved? Because you don't value yourself. Why don't you feel loved? Because you don't know your worth. The third thing about relationships is knowing your worth. You need to have boundaries, and you need to know who you are. You need to allow yourself to feel free when you're with another person who you really love, because if you truly love them, you'll feel at peace. It won't feel like work to love them. It won't feel like work to give them your all, because you truly love them and they truly love you. That's how it is. So know your worth, know who you are. Don't have boundaries and set boundaries for the other person. That's ridiculous. If you truly trust someone, they should understand what hurts you and what doesn't. And if it hurts you, you just walk away. Really, but so many people are just staying in relationships that they don't want to. stay in. They don't want to stay in those relationships. And what are you doing? You're only hurting yourself, really. I look at a relationship as the guy provides for the female and gives her what he can, and she doesn't. She reciprocates it in her own ways. So people just overcomplicate things to the point where it doesn't make sense anymore. I keep saying this. It's ridiculous, really. But if you know your worth and you know your boundaries, and that person understands you for who you are, then that's great. They truly love you. But if you have no self-worth and you have no boundaries, no wonder you're getting stepped on. No wonder you're attracting people that don't love you, because you have no boundaries. You have no self-worth. You don't even know what you want, but you're expecting a relationship. You don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you love about yourself, but you expect someone else to love you. Do you see what I'm saying? If you go into depth on this topic, it makes sense. It actually makes sense. The fourth thing about relationships is people think that there's a timeline. They think I need to be in a relationship at this age and I need to get married and this and that. No, you cannot attract people to you by wanting them. Let things come to you naturally. And so many people say that's how I found the love of my life. Because they were just being them. They were just being so natural. And that's how they attracted the person that loves them for who they are. But if you're being fake, and you're being a person that's pretending to be someone they're not, once again, you're attracting the wrong people. Just be yourself. There's no need to overcomplicate things about how to be in a relationship and how to find love. Just be yourself and everything will come to you. Know what? Many people look for relationships and partners and they keep looking and they're like, I can't find this one, I can't find that one. Yeah, it's because you're looking for it. And that's why it doesn't work, because everyone just wants to rush things. Take your time. There's no timeline to find the person you love. If you truly want to find a person who loves you for who you are, then you can wait. And if you're not patient, then you'll find people that just want to use you or do whatever they want. And it just brings me back to the point of there is no timeline. It's better to have quality over quantity. You could have 400 boyfriends or girlfriends, whatever, and you'll never really truly love them. Or you can have one person that you'll truly love forever. Patience is key in everything you do in life. Patience is key. Really. So many people... No, actually, that brings me to the fifth point. Is stop rushing things. Stop rushing things. Things take time. It takes patience. That's why relationships also don't work out, because people rush into things. It's like nowadays, people just rush into everything. They think if this girl doesn't love me, then I'm at a loss and I'll be broken for the rest of my life. Or if this guy doesn't love me, I'm broken. That's it. That's the end of the road. No, it's not. You're so young. Really, you have so many things to achieve and places to be, people to meet, things to do. It's not the end of the world. The only reason why it's the end of the world for you is probably because you don't have a social life. You go to work, you come home, that's it. That's your life. So, yeah, it's about just taking your time. Taking your time. Just take time. Stop rushing into things. Also, it's just like that, bro. People that go into the gym, they go in there for the first week and they expect a six-pack and a good body. And then they stop and they think that everything takes work in life. Everything takes patience. Patience is key. I can't stress this enough. I would say another thing about relationships is so many people are hurt and they just you don't need to be treated anyway. You do not need to stay in a relationship for validation. Validation is within yourself. Once you can realize that isolation and self-isolation is great, spending time alone with yourself is great. You won't need to worry about relationships and you won't look for validation. That's why people keep going back to their exes, because they look for validation when they can't find a person they love or when a person hurts them. That's just how it is. Validation. Validation. They want validation from another person. But you don't owe anyone anything, and you do not need to stay in a relationship if you're hurting. This is your life. Your partner doesn't owe you anything, and you don't owe your partner anything. If you truly love each other, you'll do that freely. That's how I feel. It won't be hard work to stay committed to them. It won't be hard work to love them, and it won't be hard work to give them your all. That's how I truly see it. So at the end of the day, relationships are beautiful, but it's better to find the right person and look at things in a new way, and to keep worrying about what happened in the past. That's not going to change anything. You know, there's always a solution in this life, and I think that having a solution to everything is the way to go. So I hope this video has changed your perception on relationships. Thank you for your time, everybody.